It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Butterfly Palace and Rainforest Adventure, Adventure Cave Tours, and Talking Rocks Cavern. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Here we are, and it's Friday. We made it to Friday. What a week it's been, and it's exciting because I'm pretty sure we don't have any out-of-town plans this weekend, which is super exciting.
I agree.
I'm ready for that. It's been a long time. All right, so let's start with news.
If you drive in Taney County, beware. Someone has been stealing and moving street signs. So they are all different now. About 40 signs have been taken down, stolen, vandalized, or put up in the wrong place. Of course, emergency crews really rely on those to get to calls quickly. It is a criminal offense that could carry jail time. If you know anything about who's responsible for that, you are asked to call the Taney County Sheriff's Office.
Man, when I was in college one time, in fact, just over the weekend, we were driving in my hometown, Collinsville, and around there. And I was on the street where it happened, so I was telling my brother about it. But I was driving a back road, a country road to college, and it was early on in my college career, so I was learning the back roads. And I'm flying on the back roads, and all of a sudden I end up going across this highway without stopping because the stop sign, somebody had stolen the stop sign from there. And I went flying across this highway where, people go 70 miles an hour. And I got to the other side and realized what had happened and almost threw up in the car. It was so frightening what I had just done and what could have happened to me and other people because somebody stole a stop sign. It was nuts.
It's a big
Very
deal.
Dangerous.
It's a big deal. And so someone in Taney County is in trouble, but they do need help on figuring out who. So give them a call if you know anything. Probably young people would be my guess. Who knows? All right. Missouri's Attorney General says at least 8 drivers will get restitution from a shady car dealer in Lebanon. Marcus Hill was with Variety Autos and is now jailed on 13 counts of unlawful business practices, including failing to provide car titles and at least in one case, failing to provide the vehicle entirely.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a problem for sure. Lots of first responder agencies in Missouri about to get some federal taxpayer money. It's the guess where it's coming from. Anybody want to guess? Yes,
we guessed yesterday.
It is more COVID money being handed out to more places, which is I don't know. We're so past COVID now that it's odd that it's just now getting to places that were struggling during COVID. At any rate, across the state, $6.3 million going to law enforcement, firefighters, and EMS crews. Greene County Sheriff's Department, Stone County, Logan Rogersville Fire, Brookline Fire, all receiving some of that money, just to name a few, because there are lots more. And tomorrow, you may not know this, but tomorrow is Drug Take-Back Day. You can get rid of your old or unused medication and prevent medication abuse because that's a problem. And then you also avoid flushing it down the toilet, which I think people used to do, but is not the right thing to do because it gets into the water. That event runs from 10 to 2 tomorrow. I'm going to give you a website you can go to find the drug take-back place nearest you. I actually have to do that. I've got a big vitamin C container that is now full of extra medicine that's old that we need to get rid of. So I've been waiting for this. The website is dea.gov/takebackday. dea.gov/takebackday.
And there are
weather
lots
real fast.
of people, lots of people. I looked at the list, like just for Springfield zip codes, and a lot of agencies and pharmacists or pharmacies taking part. So you just type in your zip code and it'll tell you exactly where to go.
Yeah, and this happens once or twice a year, so you want to take advantage of it when it happens. Weather, it's going to be a pretty nice day today, 66 degrees, and then it's going to kind of get cold over the weekend. A low of 32 on Saturday, 56 for the high, 58 for the high on Sunday. And then I'm looking at next week. It's in the 50s for highs sometimes, and there's a pretty good chance, like better than 50% chance of rain almost every day next week. So it's going to be wet which is no good. But
Yeah.
we need the rain.
5 Springfield residents have been indicted by a federal grand jury for conspiracy to distribute meth and illegally possessing firearms. 4 men and 1 woman charged in a 22-count indictment. At issue, mainly distributing large amounts of meth, and 1 in trouble for possessing firearms in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime. Honestly, the list is long because there were 22 counts, but I'm just giving you the long short of it: meth, firearms, and trafficking. So, yep, 5 people now indicted for that. The House of Representatives passed an anti-trans sports bill. I think a lot of people would think that that is good news based on athletics and for females, to preserve female sports. But before you go too far in your thinking, hold on a minute. This would ban, as it is written from the House, it would ban transgender athletes from women's sports at federally funded schools. Under the bill, an athlete's sex would be based solely on their biology at birth. Well, the Senate is not expected to even take this up, and the White House says it will veto it. This, of course, as states across the country are passing some of their own similar bills.
Well, something's got to give. That's for sure. So we need some direction. We need to be able to figure this thing out because
we were talking about this in swimming.
Issue.
Our girls are competitive swimmers, and one of the athletes who's been at the forefront of this was ranked number 462 in collegiate swimming as a male, and then transitioned to female and ranks number 1 as a female swimmer. But I think the only thing that would get some momentum would be if like all the female athletes at that level, like at a D1 college level, that's, really good at swimming, if they like lined up on the blocks, and when the gun goes off, they agree, all of them, to step off the blocks. Because if your athletes won't compete, people will take notice.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, protest is the way to that a lot of things happen in this country. So, but you're right. It's going to have to take.
But see, it has to be a concerted effort, because if there's, 8 starting blocks, and if they're not all 8 in agreement to get off the block, then you still end up with even one swimmer finishing the race, who is a biological female. Then you don't have consensus among you, and then the award is given, the person moves on, and
right.
Then the other 7 are standing there like, well, now we don't even get to, you know what I mean? So it has to be uniformed.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to figure something out. It seems like Caitlyn Jenner is arguing, formerly Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, Olympic athlete, gold medalist. She is saying that there should be a category of transgender. If that's what we're going to do,
right,
then at least it's apples to apples, or a little more fair.
Right. I mean, if there's enough people, do their own category, because in every sport really, but in swimming, it's so markedly different, because, we now have this case in point with, I cannot remember last name, Thomas, but anyway, it's just insane how you can go from number 462 to number 1 overnight.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
It's maddening for the females. Anywho, okay, go on.
Nonprofits being hit hard by more families in need of food assistance. Of course, that was heightened during COVID. It continues. Some local nonprofits saw record high numbers of clients over the past few years because of COVID. Now, inflation is a disaster, up about 6% from this time last year, 3 times what it was pre-pandemic. Food prices almost 10% higher in the month of February. That really affects people who are already struggling. Imagine that. Ozarks Food Harvest does a great job around here, servicing 28 counties in our area. It is the lone food bank in southwest Missouri, and it feeds out a lot of different places. They serve 270 hunger relief organizations. The director does not foresee additional government help because that is now being cut off, as the COVID money is. So more than ever, individuals, businesses, churches, groups need to be as generous as possible.
Yeah, I love Ozarks Food Harvest. Bart Brown is the best, and I saw an interview with him about this, and man, that's a lot of people that they serve. I mean, a lot of agencies that they serve as well. So, interesting story on that. I talked to my mom, I don't know, like a week ago when I was talking, or I talked to my mom every day, but I called her like a week ago to see how she was. And she was like, well, I didn't sleep last night. And I was like, why? And she has like an in-home nurse who comes. She is wheelchair bound. And so the lady had gone grocery shopping for her. And my mom said that she needed mayonnaise. Well, the lady who helps her, who's great, but she bought mayonnaise like in the really like fancy packaging that you can squeeze it out like in a perfect line. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's not the one that you like dip out of the jar and spread. I think it was $7.99. I could be wrong, but it was either $7.99 or possibly even $8.99. And my mom was just sick about it for like 2 days. Because she was like, I never in a million years would have wanted her to purchase that at that price. But, you know, she didn't know. She just knew that my mom needed mayonnaise. And so it's unbelievable that jar of mayonnaise.
Prices for everything are just outrageous. It's just outrageous. And I don't know how we go back. You know, I don't know how fast food places start charging less now. Or restaurants start charging less now because now we're used to this. This is it. This is it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, switching gears, how fun is this? Tonight is karaoke night at Gailey's Breakfast Cafe in downtown Springfield. It's happening tonight from 6 to 9. That could be a good time. Ethan does a very good rendition of Devil Went Down to Georgia. Ethan, hit it.
That's true. I do. It is a very good rendition. You always try to put me on the spot.
Because it's so good. You sound just like him. You're not going to give him a taste?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Too early. It's too early in the morning for that. Maybe I'll go to Gailey's tonight. Maybe I'll go to Gailey's tonight.
You're not going to Gailey's tonight. I mean, I do love me some karaoke, but it is my birthday and our wedding anniversary. We are not going to Gailey's.
Today actually is. Yeah, it's exciting.
All right, let me tell you this. There is a big yard sale also tomorrow at the First Unitarian Universalist Church in Southeast Springfield. It's on East Battlefield Road. They say that up to 30 families are taking part. They have clothing, collectibles, household items, baby items, and kids gear. The sale starts at 7 a.m. sharp and ends at 2. That's always a good yard sale when there's 30 families.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one. So,
okay.
East Battlefield Road, First Unitarian Universalist Church. And then on Sunday on Commercial Street, there is C Art. Like, get it? C Art, C Art and C Art on Commercial Street. Artists and participating businesses, many of them on Commercial Street, will be showcasing some amazing local artwork for all to see. So you can go into multiple businesses and see their displays. It's taking part from 1 to 4 on Sunday.
You know, since, Convoy of Hope's headquarters right now are over by near Commercial Street on Campbell, kind of Campbell, Boonville, right near Commercial Street, a block away. So I've really grown to like Commercial Street. There's good restaurants there. And when Convoy moves, whenever we move to the new global headquarters, which is going to be off of, you see it off 60 there near kind of Springfield Republic. That's a long way from Commercial Street. So I'm going to miss all of the restaurants that I go to and Big Mama's and, all the Lindberghs, they got in the Pizza House, all this great stuff. I'm going to gain weight in the next 3 or 4 months as I'm hitting up all those spots because we'll be so far from it that I won't get to Commercial Street nearly as much as I do now.
Yeah. When I was at Convoy, I was always going to Cafe Cusco.
Yep. Cafe Cusco. Yep.
and it
Went
was
there last
also
week.
great.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do. You know what? It's just so far away unless you're by it.
Yeah.
And I'm like such a close proximity kind of girl, well,
Well,
that and
except
we
for Pizza
honestly
House. We'll
rarely
we'll
eat
drive
out,
out
but
of our way to get to Pizza House.
yeah, I do love me some Pizza House. That's true. But see, we got addicted to Pizza House before it was on Commercial Street.
We did. It was near our old
We got
house.
addicted to Pizza House whenever our house was like next door.
Walking
So,
distance. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Today is Sarah's birthday. Happy birthday, dear. And it is also
Dear.
our
Just called me dear.
what year anniversary is this for us? I'm seeing if you know.
You
Are
were
you aware?
not. Yeah, it's 16.
I know it's 16. Just checking. Because for a couple of years there, you were crediting us with 15 when it was like 13.
Yeah, it's probably true. You also called yourself 46 years old when you were actually 45 for like 3 years. So
That is
there's
true.
that. Yeah.
That is true. I
That's
got
why
some
we
bonus years out of
majored in
it.
journalism. I'm not great at math, never claimed to be.
Can't do numbers. Hey, have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy it and stay warm. And we'll see you right back here bright and early Monday.
All right. Bye.